Can you hear me? How's that? Sound check, sound check. Sound check. Can you hear me? How's that? On my Facebook, it's just come out. Sound check. All good. Yay! Brilliant. Okay, sorry about that. If you heard it, also the feedback. Crackling sounds. Weird, isn't it? Do you know what I'm going to do, Karen? I'm assuming it is Karen. Hi, Karen. If I had another award, I would actually have 3. I'm going to go off live and then come back on in a second. And then, sounds good now. In that case, fine. I'll just carry on. And then I'll cut the first 3 minutes. I'll just do a note for everybody. And just say, skip ahead to minute 3. The joys of technology. Let us be mindful with technology. So yes, I think I was just saying, so I'll start from the beginning. Hello. Hello and welcome to the Mindfulness Boost. And I was explaining the reasons why I've chosen to do mindfulness is that I don't want to challenge people. I don't want to push people, particularly in the PDF that I'm going to share in a minute. It says the word challenge, but I decided to modify it a bit to boost because we need a boost. I mean, I say we, and I'm talking about me and a lot of other people that I've spoken to. Let's ease gently into this year and let us have a year of compassion and mindfulness and calm. We don't always need to be going push. Yes, there's a place for that, but let's start calmly. So I want to keep these videos fairly short and sweet and simple. So it's going to be a short reflection every day, and then there is going to be an action. And it's not going to be onerous, I promise, but it will be very, very helpful. And at the end of the week, so it's day 1 now, so by day 5, I'm going to reintroduce the Conscious Parenting Toolbox, because this is a 21-day course, which I know, Karen, hey, I know you already have it. Very exciting. And it's going to be really helpful for people who haven't experienced it before, who are starting this new year, and they're like, okay, I want to get to grips with my connection with my child. I want to build that connection. I want to start strong, and I want to start healing all of the all of the crap of the last 2 years and supporting my children with their big feelings, because of course they have big feelings and so do we, and we can do this together. So that's coming at the end of the week. First of all, today is all about breathing. And it sounds twee, and you would have heard it again and again and again, but bear with me. Let's just start, as my daughter always says, start by the start from the beginning. Our breath is something we have with us wherever we go, clearly, obviously. It's with us always, and we often forget this, and this is about tuning in with mindfulness. We can always use our breath to calm ourselves down, and we can also support our children. So you can use what we're doing this week. Yes, this is for parents. This isn't one of those healing plus skills, something that you can use with your child. This is for you and for me, and you can also modify it for your children. So today we're going to be starting with the very simple practice of mindful breathing. Okay. So in the reflection, there's going to be a reflection and an action, just a couple of minutes each. So when we think of mindfulness, it's the practice of being fully present. And nowadays, and I've seen this and I've said it myself, and somebody sort of clued me into it in the holidays and I said, how are you doing? And she said, it's just a friend of mine. And she said, I just feel like a computer with a million tabs open running at the same time, and did that faraway look of like, because we're trying to process so much. And mindfulness, it just strips everything back and it makes it really simple. It's about being fully present. So not in the future, what I have to do, what is the pandemic going to look like, what do I have to pack for tomorrow, what day is PE again, that kind of thing. Not into the future, far future, near future jobs, and not into the past, beating ourselves up about things that have gone on. I talk a lot. There's been a lot of new people over Christmas. Awesome. I talk a lot about our radical compassion, about loving ourselves, and about not having stuff. Yes, we take responsibility for maybe the things we said, the things that we did. And yes, we make changes. And that's brilliant. With compassion. So we don't need to beat ourselves up. We take our lessons We energetically release, which is something we'll be talking about this week, and that is a lifelong practice. And it's part of the reason why I trained in EFT. So 2022, look out for lots of tapping coming from me for you. So it's about not being in the future, not being in the past. It's about recognizing and appreciating happiness already in your life. Doesn't mean pretending that things are sunshine and rainbows. We're not looking for spiritual bypassing. We're not looking for toxic positivity, but noticing and dwelling in the happiness and the things that we have right now. So there are many people who are alive who aren't truly aware that they're alive, because we're just on a conveyor belt of doing, and we forget to be. And I know you will have heard this. Let it sink in. Dwell in it for a few moments. It's about the being a being, not a person doing lots of things. And as a busy parent, and as a modern person, and as a pandemic survivor, as we all are watching this and me in it, there's a lot of doing. And we get to tune in, to make that choice, to tune in and be aware. So mindfulness is about being fully aware of the miracle of life, no matter what your belief system is. And I live with the most atheist scientist, PhD in evolution person. It's still, life is still a miracle. And we get to be present and enjoy that miracle. So when you're aware of the happiness and the energy around you, you can step into that happiness and joy. It's a practice. It is a practice. It's not that, well, it is that easy. It's easy and it's difficult at the same time. And when you tune into it with practice, with repetition, it comes and then it flows. So you can learn how to be established and centered in the present moment. So remember this, that mindfulness is the connection and awareness of the mind and the body. I'm going to say that again. It's in the PDF that I'm going to share in a minute as well, so you can always refer back to it. Mindfulness is the connection and awareness of the mind and the body. I could even add in the present moment. But to be aware of the mind and the body, we do need to be in the present moment. So mindfulness, it should not be work or effort. Because when we go into the work or effort, I'm like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. We're future thinking. And so one of the best ways to do that is with our breathing. And suddenly you realize, oh, I am in the present moment, because you're focused on your breathing. So you don't need to make an effort to breathe in. You're doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. We're probably both aware of it. You don't need to put in lots of effort to look at a sunset and enjoy it. It's not effort. It just happens. You don't need to put in effort to savor a meal. Mindfulness, it brings with it that inner and outer silence. And the silence brings peace. And we have this at our fingertips. No matter how busy we are, we have this at our fingertips. So that's just the reflection. And I've written that down so you can go into the PDF, and which, like I said, I'm going to put it up, and this is going to go into, I don't know which guide, but I can't remember what number, probably on like guide 7 or 8 by now. But it's titled Mindfulness Boost, so you can just find it really easily. So this is the action. So feel free to read that again. And this is the action. The most natural place to read and to practice mindfulness is with breathing. Breath is foundational to everything you do. Now, like I just said, oh, you missed it because the sound was off. I'm kind of damp because I did some yoga, and when we add in the breathing, it changes everything. So when you kind of get to grips with the breathing, it's amazing. So the breath really is foundational, and every moment features a breath in and a breath out. If you can be mindful of your breathing, again, it's a practice. It doesn't magically happen. Then you are laying a solid foundation to build upon. That's why this is day 1. So to get started, here's a challenge. This is the action bit, is to practice breathing for a minimum of 5 minutes. Now, I took my Fitbit off because I just had a shower. I actually have a thing. It's my Fitbit's quite old. It's a Charge 2. I actually have a thing where it can do 2 minutes, where it does breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. what I would recommend is setting a timer on your phone or on your watch or something. So if you're able to do more, that's wonderful, but start small. Start small. I think that's really key. Right now we are in in that first week of January, and it's all, you have to go to the gym every day, you have to eat fruit every day, you have to drink 2 to 3 liters of water every day. And I'm just like, just 5 minutes is all you need. So here's how you do it. Breathe in and just take note of the air moving in through your nose and filling your lungs. And enjoy that in-breath. How often do we enjoy our breathing? Only, sounds silly, but it's true, only a living person could take a breath. So savor your life. Celebrate your life. Really sadly, between me deciding to do this boost and starting the boost today, I've actually lost a person from my life. And this is even more poignant for me. I feel so lucky that I get to breathe right now. So hold your in-breath for a moment. I like to do this with the children. If you've seen 5-finger breathing, you breathe in and then just touch the end of your finger. Hold for a moment. Feel the air in your lungs. Even be aware of the oxygen filling your body with life and energy. Breathe in, pause, breathe out. Slowly. I like to think of it as if you're blowing out a candle. Really gentle. And feel your body. In fact, I just did it right now. Shoulders went down. Feel your body relax as the air exits. Be present as the air passes through your nose and your mouth. Sometimes I like to even imagine, I have this jigsaw puzzle with the kids, and you probably got one, or you've definitely seen an image of it. You like the side cut off image of a human body, so you can imagine the air coming in, the air going out. That's how I like to do it. And then repeat the process. That is literally it. That's all we need to do. We like to start easy as we go through. I'm trying to do it for 5 minutes. There may be bits where it becomes difficult, and all you do is just bring your mind back. So inevitably your mind will wander. You'll start, maybe do 5 or 10 breaths, and then it'll be like, I should have put the dishwasher on before I started. Oh, what time are the kids back? And when it happens, just gently, with no judgment, you don't need to beat yourself up. Just go, okay, I've wandered. Back to the next breath. Breathe in. This is why I like to do the fingers, because it also helps me to focus. Hold. Breathe out. Just bring it back, and do it as often as necessary. It might take you, the first time I ever tried to do this, about 5 or 6 years ago now, I was off all over the place, like completely all over the place, thinking about the future, the past, the to-do list, beating myself up about things, remembering things. And I was quite conscious. I guess it's a bit like a puppy when, you have to keep bringing them back with the lead and bringing them back with the lead. And now I find it relatively easy to do, say, 5 minutes. I do it every morning. It's part of my silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing. I do 6 minutes of each every day. So yeah, do it as often as necessary. And if it takes you 100 times to bring it back, great. The next time it might take you 98. The next time it might take you 95. And then, time is going to pass anyway. Why not spend it focusing on your breathing a little tiny bit? Okay, so that's it. Now it's time for you to get to go away and practice. Either practice now if you can. Oh, my phone is binging. Is that a message? Hello, it's you, Karen. So either do it right now, or if it doesn't work right now, just save it for later. But please do try it. It might even be worth now. I'm assuming you're watching. Well, you will be watching this on a device. Otherwise, it's impossible. Get your your calendar app out and put it in 5 minutes. Maybe after the kids go to bed. Maybe after lunch or something. Whenever. Just block it in. And please, don't be shy. Let me know how it goes. And then you can stay tuned for tomorrow, because I will be back in tomorrow, 4:30 Hanoi time and 9:30 UK time. And we're going to talk about mindful concentration. It all builds. Each day builds up. Have a really, really wonderful day, or rest of day if you're here in Vietnam. or somewhere else in the world. And I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let me know how you go. Bye.